I'm so itchy.
Yeah, now we start talking about ticks and I can't stop itching. So.
I'm sorry.
So that whole night, I get like a random hair and I'd be like, oh.
Now I have to
wake up Brayden and like search him head to toe.
bugs.
I didn't. Before Rachel started her training, I had a couple like announcements, tips, I don't know. So summer sale, obviously everyone should know that by now, is $20 off challenge packs. So go follow up with all the people who gave you price objections in the past, or what I did yesterday was I went into the Coach Online office and you can see like all of your coaches and customers and your own subscriptions. And I went through to anyone who had 3 or 6 month VOD subscriptions and sent them an email being like, hey, I can save you money. This month only, you can get a year of Beachbody On Demand with a month of Shakeology for $140. And I said, but, and right now you're currently paying whatever. So like the 3 month is $166 a year. Mm-hmm. Like you can save money if you sent like switch it this month. I also did it for people who are their yearly renewing between like either this month to August and said, you know, you could get an extra bag of Shakeology for just a little bit more.
I should have done that. Mine just renewed like yesterday.
I really should have done that.
Yeah, I'm going to be canceling ours and then using, getting a Morning Meltdown challenge pack because it's way cheaper. Yeah.
I want to do that. I mean, I'm sure they'll have completion packs. I didn't really put anything up about that yet. I have a question about the 3 and 6 month. How did I looked at the subscription thing the other day, and I couldn't tell because I was trying to find out which one of my customers, whether they had 3 or 6, because she was buying Shakeology. So I wanted to see. And
I think I saw it by price because anyone that said like $39.
Oh, it'll show you the price in that section.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I can go look it up too, but I can't remember.
Yeah, you can. I mean, if you just think of it later. I was just curious. I tried looking that up before.
And then since Rachel mentioned, I know Rachel's going to talk about Morning Meltdown a little bit before or after her training. I don't know, but there are promo codes now with Morning Meltdown. I haven't looked at the training.
So the promo code is for anyone that buys a challenge pack before Morning Meltdown launches. They're going to get a promo code emailed to them for money off. So basically, like say you bought a challenge pack in April for Ultimate Portion Fix or whatever, instead of having to buy a completion pack or VIP early access for the full price, they're going to give you a discount because you purchased a challenge pack within the last, I think it's 60 days or something. I read the email. So you don't have to do anything. Beachbody's going to email them the promo code.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just knew there was, if anyone bought one, a challenge pack this month, because I know it's always hard when they're like, oh, well, I want Morning Meltdown next month. They get one this month, they get a promo code. So, Cariel, under product description for the subscriptions, it will say like Beachbody On Demand 3-month billing.
Oh, okay. Maybe I just didn't.
This is like, this says it says like, I would assume it's commission. It says 39, but it's not $39 commission. But yeah, so that's what I did.
Right.
The other thing was next week, 99.9% sure, Rachel and Cariel, is our coach sneak peek. Yeah, next week.
I think so.
Okay, so
okay.
Wednesday through Friday. Well, it's the 3rd week of the month. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
It goes by so fast. So if everyone can invite to that, and you know, you can tell people who's ever expressed interest that this is the cheapest month to sign up as a coach because the challenge packs are on sale, and it'd be cool if everyone get like 2 or 3 people to just join us, no strings attached, and listen to our stories. So yeah, I'd be inviting to that. Next week for a team call, I think I'm going to switch it up a little bit, and we're going to do a like power half hour. So we're going to get kicked off after 40 minutes. So instead of like a training, we can all come in here, and I would watch a video in the Beachbody Champions where she set her timer for every 5 minutes, which I can do, and we all just like work like 5 minutes of like searching hashtags, building our network, 5 minutes of inviting from likes and comments, stuff like that all together. You know, play some music, chit chat, brainstorm, stuff like that, but like working together. And then on the 26th, we have a guest speaker, so make sure everybody's on. It's someone from our upline, Christine Benton, who is a multi-star diamond, and she's like super fun. So yeah, all you, right?
All right.
We'll just go ahead, Cariel.
Is the sneak peek start the 19th?
I think it's the 20th.
Wednesday through Friday or Thursday through Saturday?
Oh, I put on, sorry. I just wrote it on Thursday through Saturday on accident.
Wednesday to Friday?
Okay. I noticed when I was looking back
move it.
before, there was one that was different, and I was like, I wonder if that was.
Oh, maybe we put the dates wrong on accident.
Yeah, that was probably it. Well, I know one, the July one, we're gonna do like a travel edition while we're in Indy, so that's probably, that one's a little different.
Oh, maybe that was it. Okay. So while we're on the topic of like dates and such, I'll go over the morning meltdown stuff. So on June 24th, there's going to be the morning meltdown free sample workout available to anybody. You don't have to have a Beachbody On Demand account to do that, so we can be sharing that in our stories or posts or anything like that. So they'll just go to Beachbody On Demand and then click on morning meltdown, and then it'll say sample workout or whatever, and it's for free. So you don't have to log in or have the free trial. And then on July 1st is when the coach exclusive purchase window opens. That runs from July 1st to the 15th. So that's when only coaches can purchase challenge packs or completion packs. Those are going to be $20 off. $20 off challenge packs, $10 off completion packs. And then there's also just the VIP acts, like digital only, if you already have Beachbody On Demand. July 16th is when the challenge packs become available for customers. Again, there'll be $20 off challenge packs, $10 off completion packs. And then July 29th is when VIP early access will launch.
So that's when people can start doing the workouts.
Correct. And then October 1st is when they become available to everyone on Beachbody On Demand. So if you have any customers that are interested but like aren't sure, you can kind of be like, well, you won't be able to try it till October if you don't do this. So.
Rachel, would you mind just saying those dates again for when the challenge packs go on sale? Because June 24th, the sample workout's available.
Mm-hmm. So July 1st is going to be for coaches only.
Okay.
July 16th is for everybody and their brother. July 29th is when the workouts become available.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Everybody good with those?
Yep.
Okay. So my little mini training that I created today is about my top tips to avoid burnout. So I think it's sometimes easy for us to just push, and eventually we might get a little burnt out from doing all these things. So here's some things that I do. Number one is to set business hours. So all I mean by that is kind of two things. One is when you're working your business, work your business, and don't answer text messages from your husband, and don't be watching TV and things like that. Like pour your energy into that for that specific amount of time, because you want to make the most of your time. We all have lives outside of this, so we want to make the most of the time that we have. And also, like, don't work 24/7. So for me, I don't answer coach-related, business-related messages after 8 p.m. That's what I set. And for me, it's 8 p.m. because I work till 8. So most of the time I'm like out and about and doing things. So when I get home, I don't want to be answering messages. But it's really important not to show your customers, and eventually maybe there'll be potential coaches, that you're available 24/7, because we're not. So if you're responding to their messages within a few minutes every single time, then they become to expect that. And so it's just easier. It's okay to, wait a little bit, even answer the next morning, and not set that expectation that we're going to be available. And also, if they're potential coaches, they might think, oh, I have to be available 24/7 to answer these messages, but that's not like that. So one good thing is suggest when you're working your business, just work on it. And if you look at the business activity tracker, they actually give you time increments that it should approximately take you. So I will actually set a timer on my phone, say for inviting, it's like 20 minutes or something. I don't know exactly. I set the timer and I do my invites. And when it goes off, I move on to another task. And so that's how I kind of like keep on track and not just end up aimlessly scrolling and things of that nature. Number two is, if you're struggling to come up with content ideas, go to your conversations that you're currently having with potential clients and address their pain points. So maybe you have people that are saying they don't have a lot of time to work out because they're a mom and they work and they go to school, or whatever their reason is, and you can create a post about how you overcame those things. All of us are busy people. Most of us are moms. students work full-time, whatever, you can just make a post saying how you overcame that time excuse and how you now manage your time as a mom and focus on getting in your workout because it's what you need to do for you. You don't have to like literally say, Alexa Racine told me this, but just addressing that pain point, and they're going to see that, and hopefully it'll kind of like just be in the forefront of their mind kind of thing. Another good thing is you can plan out your posts for the week. So like for me, I work full time. So on Sunday, I kind of look at my week and see like what kinds of things I want to address that week. On my Instagram, like I talked about last time, I try to rotate my posts. So like every 6 to 9 posts, there's a transformation. There's always something to do with military life in there. There's my dogs, about being a dog mom. There's something about me working, like x-ray related, things of that nature, a fitness post. So that week, Sunday, I can look at my phone and see, okay, I need to have this kind of post this week because I didn't last week, or something like that. And you can actually, there is apps out there that you can schedule your posts for you. So you could schedule them all on Sunday if you want to and not have to worry about it all week long if you're super busy. Another key thing is if you're trying to create a post and you're sitting there and you're struggling to come up with the words or whatever, and you're spending more than 10 minutes on it, then just don't post it because it's going to come across forced and people can sense that. And so it's just sending out that negative energy versus like if you're excited about something, like maybe you're excited about sharing your transformation or something you've overcome, that energy is going to be transferred to the potential client. So if you're struggling, just put it aside and you can save it as a draft in Instagram even too and post it later when you're feeling confident and pumped up about it. So that's a good one. Number 3, I believe this is the last one. Yeah. Is to release the outcome of potential sales. So once you do your due diligence and you explain everything and you answer all their questions and you send them that share cart, you can send them, a message like, I can't wait to work with you. Let me know when you finish your purchase, complete your enrollment so I can add you to our group, something of that nature. And then just let it go. Don't be sitting there like incessantly checking share cart and messaging them. Did you complete yet? Did you complete yet? Did you complete that? Just let it go and move on with your life because the more confident that you are about it, it's just going to all flow through and happen for you. And I think sometimes if we are too pushy, it can push people away as well. So obviously follow-up is important. I'm not saying don't follow up. I just mean don't get too wrapped up around if someone's going to make the purchase. Like, I need this coach today, and then you become obsessed about it. That's all you can think about, and that negative energy is just going into the universe. So try to remain positive. And then when they do make their purchase, of course, celebrate it, and then just be ready for more because it'll just come to you. Yeah, so that's it.
You mentioned the apps. I use Plan with 2 N's, and I literally, I've done it like once, but one week when I was very organized, I sat down one day and planned out like my at least 5 days worth of posts with the captions, and you can schedule them. So then it will send you a notification on your phone being like, it's time to post. And it will just copy and paste the caption over, done in a minute. And I actually paid, just because I have my photography Instagram too, I paid a little bit for 3 months worth to have both. So I could sit down and plan both of those. Like I said, I did it 1 week, but it still helps. But if I have something that doesn't necessarily work for like what Rachel said for like today, I plan it out for like the post I did this morning. I planned it last night.
Yeah. And kind of one thing that I wanted to say that I forgot is if it's like feeling forced, don't post. Like sometimes we focus so much on like we have to post once a day, but if it's forced, just don't post it. Just take a day off. It's okay to have a day, especially if you're like the whole purpose hopefully is that you're showing up in your stories every single day. So it's not that your people aren't going to see you and they're going to forget about you. But they see more of your stories anyways than your post, and to put out something that's forced that you're not fully invested in or that's like not coming across great is counterproductive than just not posting for a day.
Agreed.
I agree.
Yeah.
I like honestly more like some day, like a couple days, sometimes I think 2 days last week, I just didn't make a post because I was like, I don't want to just do it to do it. Yes, I have some stuff I could post, but I've been on social media enough today in my stories usually. So I'm like, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
I also don't, like some of the suggestions are like 2 to 3 posts a day. And when I was doing that, I feel like I was doing way too much, and people are just going to skip right over them because they're like, oh, Cariel made another post. And
yeah, I feel like that's like an outdate. Like in the beginning,
Yeah.
especially on Facebook, they had said like 2 to 3 posts a day, like a motivation, a fitness, and
a quote, which those are all great. Like,
right.
I just think doing that too much personally for me.
Yeah, I think that's definitely an outdated thing.
That was before stories were a thing.
Right.
So like now you can do all of that in your stories, and the post is you want it to be more meaningful. Instagram algorithms now too, like they don't show your posts. Like it used to be your posts would go in order that people post them. It's not like that anymore. So a lot of times people aren't even seeing them. If you're posting too much, Instagram knows that, and they're just like pushing it to the side.
I heard that only 20% of your followers are going to see your posts.
Yeah, people don't even scroll anymore. They're just watch stories all day long, and they don't really scroll. So it's not as important.
Yeah. That, and everyone is selling something essentially. So if you're posting so much, like people pretty much know that you're just selling something.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing too that I was talking about, kind of like rotating. Like you don't want to only post fitness related things and like calls to action, like every single post, join me, because people just get annoyed with that because everyone and their brother, I use that saying a lot, I don't know.
I say everyone and their mom.
Everyone's selling something, and like even I still am like, okay, enough of your spam, like be a real human being in your post too.
Yeah. I saw another coach from a different team had said like and you kind of mentioned it, Rachel, like in your like the 6 to 9 photo grid, like share like a little bit about you, like you have a transformation, or okay, I'll say it to me. I have a transformation. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. That's about all. I'm a photographer. Like you can kind of see that in your grid when people come.
Yeah, kind of like I talked about those pillars of like Instagram hashtags too, that all falls hand in hand. So you make those Instagram hashtag groups that like you save into your phone, and then you're posting about those. So then it's literally just copy and paste to those groups, which is helpful. There's 2, Tosh.
I know. I was just like, oh, who hopped on? We have 2 Tosh. A frozen one and a moving one.
Am I on there twice?
Yep.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Nice.
Oh, now only once.
There you are.
Perfect.
I'm multitasking over here.
Anyone get that?
No.
Tasha, you bring it up.
I said, am I still breaking up?
No, now you're good.
Oh, I said, sorry, Rachel, and then I said, I'm multitasking over here. I don't know how to get rid of the second one.
Oh, you're fine.
I noticed that you were like, oh, it's like, oh, is that like a store? Is that like Sam's Club? Awesome. What is that face for, Rachel?
Colleen is turning up the TV excessively loud.
Well, it's
watching hockey.
Here.
Now she's yelling at me.
Okay, I'm gonna stop recording.